Assalomu alaykum jigarlar. Sizlar bilan Moxi. Bugun xudo xolasa Pubg Mobile Hong Kong turnirini ikkinchi kunini sharhlab boramiz. Qo'ldan kelgancha jigarlar. Maksimal narsalardan podдержка, like kutaman jigarlar. Xudo xolasa hozir ovozimizni, ya'ni o'zimiz ovozimizni tekshirib olgan holatda streamimizni davom etamiz. Bilasizlar, birinchi o'rinda o'zim ovozimni tekshirib olaman. Yaxshi borayotgan bo'lsa xohlasa bosaveramiz. Podдержка, like kutaman jigarlar. Xudo xolasa hozir ovozimizni, ya'ni o'zimiz ovozimizni tekshirib olgan holatda xudo xolasa jigarlar ovozimiz normalniy to'g'rilashimiz kerak. Devam etaman. Zo'r. Nice. Hozir ko'ramiz. Yo'q. Bo'ldi. Xohlasa hammasi chotki bo'ladi jigarlar. Boshlanishiga ham osonlar qoldi. Ovozimiz yaxshi deb o'ylayman. Chunki biz qo'ldan kelgancha harakat qilyapmiz. Xohlasa bundan keyin ham full shunaqa streamlar, turnirlar sharhlab borishga maksimal harakat qilamiz jigarlar. Jigarlar, sizlar bilan xudo xohlasa hozir turnirimiz boshlanadi. Starting soon deyapti. Yaqinda hozir yana boshlanadi deyapti. Xudo xohlasa jigarlar, maksimalni normalniy o'yin ko'rib, cho'tki o'yin ko'ramiz degan umid qilaman. Chunki bu o'ta katta sovrinli turnirlardan biri bo'ladi. O'ta qiziq o'yinlar, o'zlaringiz uchun opit olishlaringiz mumkin jigarlar. Xudo xolasa biz endi qo'ldan kelgancha harakat qilamiz. Kofin oilasi va Royal Gaming oilasi va Kofin sheriklari deydi, nima deydi? Plus Royal Gaming oilasidan sizlarga mini o'sha restreamda. Bu birinchi restreamim bo'lib, maksimal harakat qilaman. Zo'r qilib sharhlab berishga maksimal jigarlar sizlar uchun faqat. Tez orada boshlanadi hozir xudo xolasa. Günümüzge start berilmoqda. Hozir ajoyib reklamli moment. Ajoyib reklamalardan ko'rishimiz mumkin. Juda ajoyib taassurotlar. 2025 PM High. Ajoyib. Buni o'zgacha aurasi bor. Bilgan biladi buni. Bu ko'zlarda nur taralib turibdi deydi-ku. Bu ko'zlar ko'p narsani ko'rgan.
Welcome to the 2025 Pubg Mobile Hong Kong Invitational. 16
ovozda shundoq to'g'rilab olmasak, mikrofonni Brizon dinamikda 50 volt.
Teams are in position. The bloody battles of the first day refill the standings, and the contestants have gathered once again.
2025-yil boshlanyapti, ikkinchi kun deb rasman tasdiqlab o'tishdi. Hozirda o'yinchilarimiz sekin-astalik bilan kirib borishmoqda.
Let's welcome from the Southeast Asia region CDAL.
CDAL jamoasi o'z joylariga kirib kelmoqdalar. CDAL. Ko'ryapsizlar rosterni? CDAL'da. Juda ajoyib. İkinci komandamiz chiqib kelishini ko'rmoqdasizlar jigarlar. Piempa komandasi.
Passion overcomes all obstacles. Time and again, they stage comebacks from
Tianba.
adversity. Now it's the time to do it again.
Tianba. Xush kelibsiz. Üçüncü komandamiz hozir Voin Deadly ID bo'lmoqda.
Next, let's welcome from the Southeast Asia region VD.
VT.
The flame of passion never dies.
Voin
and the
Donkey.
journey never ends. The time spent waiting will blossom into glory.
Voin Donkey VD. This is roster. Bolalarda hayajon bo'lyapti menimcha. Bu ko'rinib turibdi hayajonligi. Batga chiqishda o'zi bir katta bir nima desa bo'ladi. Katta ishda bu, mashqqa chiqquncha juda katta ish qiladi.
Let's welcome from the PMPS DK.
DK.
A champion team is not judged by a
The
single
Blue
day's
Skia.
performance.
The Blue Skia jamoasi
will hit
bizning
its mark.
hastalik bilan kelib chiqishmoqda. Bizda esa keyingi jamoa
Next, also from PMPS, let's welcome DRX.
DRX.
Their
DRX
sights are
jamoasi.
set on the summit and their journey is underway. The Korean powerhouse is awakening.
Keyingi jamoa
Now, let's welcome from the PEL,
PL
TT.
TT jamoasi.
Time tempers their strength, patience.
O'zlarini juda ham zo'r o'yinlar bilan mashhur bo'lgan TT o'yinchilari.
Let us wait for
Ularning
their
ham
moment.
ajoyib o'zlariga yarasha o'yinlari bor. Ajoyib faytlar olib borishadi. Keyingi jamoa
Next, let's welcome from the PMJL, RC.
RC jamoasi
Every move is carefully
jamoalarimizdan
prepared.
biri.
Every step forward brings them closer to the throne. Next, let's welcome from the Central and South Asia region, APG. a 3-core battleship firing with unmatched accuracy, topping both elimination and damage charts. This is their declaration of supreme skill.
Welcome.
Next, from the Central and South Asia region, TS.
TS jamoalari ko'rib
Blade
turganlaringdek
unsheathed, striking true, they are the unbreakable spearhead forged in unity.
TC jamoasini xush kelibsiz deb Team Spirit, ya'ni o'ta qattiq komandalardan biri SNGda. O'zlaring bilasizlar, o'ta kallali igroklar, juda Team Spirit.
Now, let's welcome from the Americas region, Alpha 7. In the name of victory, with blood as their witness, they never yield in the face of adversity.
Welcome.
Now, let's welcome from the PMJL, KN. An unknown force shaking the established order. This is how new contenders make
Kinatrop
their entrance.
KN jamoasi PM High turniriga ikkinchi kuniga tashrif buyurishdi. Yaxshi. Baqirmang unaqa welcome deb.
Next, let's welcome from the Americas region, INF.
INF jamoasi kirib
Chasing
kelmoqda.
points in the final rounds, attacking like wildfire, this American spear is tearing through all doubts.
Rosterini ko'rib turishlaring mumkin. Yerda tepada ajoyib formada bolalar. Bulardan ham zo'r o'yin kutib qolamiz. Bularda ham o'yinlar o'ziga xos, o'zgacha o'yinlari bor bularda ham. Nasib xudo xolasa hozir hammani o'yinlarini birma-bir ko'rib chiqamiz. Hozir hamma jamoalar o'zlarini joylariga, ya'ni joylariga o'tirib tayyorgarliklarini ko'rishadi. Chunki tez orada bu bomba turnirimiz start oladi. Bu juda ham bir nima desam bo'ladi, tushuntira olmayman, tushunyapsizlarmi? Juda ham bir hayajonli turnirlardan biri, chunki o'ta qattiq o'yin bo'ladi. Bilmaysiz, o'ta juda ham qattiq bo'ladi. Maslahat beraman, ko'rishlaringni jigarlar. Oldilaringga semichka, lay space, Pepsi, Mepsi narsalarni olib kelib, bemalol Moxini streamda tomosha qilishlaring mumkin. Jigarlar, bizda hammasi o'z joyida, normalniy full streamga tayyorgarlik ko'rilgan. Xudo xolasa bizda hech qanday qumorga aralash videolar, reklamalar bo'lmaydi, bizda so'kinishlar bo'lmaydi. Bemalol oila a'zolarining o'rtasida ko'rishlaring mumkin. Bizda faqat ajoyib kulminatsion sharhlashlar bo'ladi xolos jigarlar. Sizlardan bitta like, bitta obuna bo'ldi. Kuzatinglar, maza qilinglar, keyin yotib dam olinglar jigarlar. Sizlardan nima ketdi? Bizda videoni YouTube'da ko'ringlar, dam olinglar. Keyingi jamoamiz kelyapti.
Ranked third on the first day, BTR.
BTR jamoasi. Tepada rosterlarini ko'rishingiz mumkin. Ajoyib rosterlar, juda ham ajoyib yosh talant igroklar. O'zlarining o'yinlari bilan hozir nimalar ko'rsatishadi? Buni hozir streamimiz davomida xudo xolasa ko'rib chiqamiz jigarlar. Faqat va faqat sizlar bilan.
Next, from the PEL, ranked second on the first day, LGD. 4 hearts as one, winning through ingenuity. They proved their fearlessness with every shot.
Welcome.
Keyingi jamoa o'z chiqishlarini namoyon qilmoqda.
Let's
Va
welcome from
bu
the PL,
jamoa
ranked first on the first day,
PBG jamoasi.
PBG.
PBG jamoasi.
昔日王者
The former champions have never given up. They declare to the world, the king is back.
The king is back jigarlar. Король вернулся.
Welcome.
Turishlardan bular qattiq beylarga o'xshamaydi jigarlar. Qattiq bey ekan-da bular. Ajoyib sovrinlarni ko'rishlaring mumkin. Pubg kubogi. O'yinimiz tez orada boshlanib o'tadi. Sizlar mendan uzoqlashmagan holatda prямой efir, ya'ni streamni ko'rishingiz mumkin.
Ladies and
Gentlemen,
welcome to the second day of 2025 Hong Kong Invitational Tournament. I'm the host, Nico. After the few battles of yesterday, there is now a new order on the battlefield. Fearless conquest.
jigarlar ko'rib o'tirgan bo'lsanglar, mana shu qiz uchun bitta like bosib qo'yinglar endi. Bilaman, ko'ryapsizlar. Mana shu qiz uchun bitta like bosib qo'yinglar, gapiryapti bechora men uchun.
现场
Stream
及
qiling
屏
deyapti.
幕前的各位特种兵们，大家晚上好，欢迎来到205香港邀请赛。大家好，我是今天的主持人小游。经过昨日的激烈对抗，战场秩序已经重新洗牌。
Chingchongshiylar tushunmayman jigarlar, maksimal inglizchada perevod qilib beraveraman.
究竟哪支战队能够接榜赛点？
Chingchongshiylarni qilmayman lekin.
让我们一起
To'g'ri tushuninglar
拭
jigar.
目以待。
Inglizchalar qo'ldan kelgancha o'zbekcha perevod qilib, o'zimiz qo'shib, orada cho'tka qilib restream qilishga harakat qilamiz. Endi kim uchun deb o'ylaysizlar? Faqat Moxini, Kofini obunachilar uchun, faqat va faqat sizlar uchun. Batta place pointlar bilan ko'rishlaring mumkin. Jigarlar birinchi o'ringa 10 pts, ikkinchi o'ringa 6 pts xuddi oldingidaqa va standartni place point sanashdaqa sanab o'tiladi. 9 dan 16 gacha 0, 7 8 1, 6 2, 5-chi o'rinda 3 pts beradi, 4 ga 4 beradi. Ko'rib turibsizlar jigarlar, total prize pool 3 million.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The second day is
3 million
underway.
yuan.
The PUBG Mobile
3
Hong
million
Kong
yuan ularda
Invitational. My name is
pullariga.
and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here commentating on these games alongside Neptura. Nep, first day,
Hello.
we had incredible performances from a couple of teams. Specifically, we can talk about Weibo, we can talk about the PEL representatives, because we have 2 of them in the top 5 right now. And so far, some teams are performing to the levels that we expect, some teams are not. What are we looking forward to coming into day 2 here, Nep?
Much things. Because, look, day number 1 was everything. We had everything. We had so many teams doing different things, so many teams in the top 5 every single game, different winners all the time. It was a roller coaster. Now, you did mention, right, some teams didn't have as good of a day as others. So day number 2 for these teams, I'm talking kind of 10th place down, you are really going to want to step it up today. We need to see these teams actually do something. Yesterday was fine, you know, it's a really, really difficult lobby. You saw how much chaos ensued over yesterday's 6 games, but we need to see more from those bottom teams. I'm talking Reject, Thundertalk Gaming, DRX, D+, Voindonkey, Tiamba, and Cellcom Digi Alliance, right? Those teams, I mean, CD Alliance got 12 points in 6 games. Guys.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember, I want to say, like, there's a specific game. There's one specific game, I think it may have been 2023, one of the international tournaments in 2023. I remember the location on the map where Alliance was able to just, I think it was PMGC actually, and they needed enough points to qualify for the next stage of the competition. They were able to do that in one of the final games. Like this is a team that was able to reach global finals before. Not specifically the players, I'm talking about the organization here in Alliance. They have a lot of experience and they have been around for quite some time. And seeing them now at the very bottom, looking at this tournament, isn't something that we're used to, and it is a little bit of a surprise. But I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to be able to adapt coming into today. I mean, you only have 12 points in total. The maximum you manage to secure per one game is 3 points. You have to do a heck of a lot more if you want to compete against the rest of the squads here and the rest of them.
Bola turnirimiz Smash Points asosida bo'lar ekan. Bu qoidalarda ko'pincha o'zbek turnirlarida bilishadi. FTX'da ham Smash Points bo'lganda.
I think we are going to see a lot of those teams down at the bottom simply because the points are so close, right? If you look at D+ in 13th place, they have 23 points. If you look at Alpha 7 and 7th, they have 40. It's very, very close. One game is going to put D+ right back up at the top, right? But to have DRX and D+ sort of struggling a little bit in this lobby is a surprise, considering what we saw from them in PMGC. Thundertalk Gaming, 27 points on the board. Still fine, an average day, that's whatever, but I think a lot of people were expecting more from them. Same with Reject, same with Alpha Gaming to a certain extent. Alpha Gaming bringing in a lot more points average per game, but still down in 9th place. It's one of those things where you're kind of like, is this because they're not really performing, or is this because the lobby is just so even?
That's the thing, yeah. I'm very inclined to agree with you, because the thing is, when you're looking at Thundertalk Gaming, you're talking about the PEL champion just under a month ago. It's not like this is a team that doesn't have experience together or anything like that. God, no. So I'm curious. So yeah, is it that the lobby is
14:30da O'zbekiston vaqti bilan boshlanadi jigarlar. Birinchi karta Sanuk, keyin xudo xohlasa sekin streamlab bosib jigarlar, xudo xohlasa. Hammasi chotki bo'ladi.
I'm not really aware of what's going on in the background, but what we can see is what's happening in front of us in the games. And honestly, Weibo, time and time again, specifically yesterday, they were able to position themselves in the center of the zone. He mentioned, one of the players, I believe it was Suk, during the interview, did mention that we got lucky a couple of times with the zone. Even though they have a 0-point game, they still have like 4 top 3 finishes out of the 6 games, which is...
Ovozini pasaytirib qo'ysak ham bo'laveradi. 80 qilib.
They do.
Insane.
Not having known much about this team to come in as they did was really, really fun to see. I'm excited to see what they've got going on.
Birinchi kartamiz Sanuk kartamiz hozir start oladi. Bu ikkinchi kunning birinchi kartasi, ya'ni turnirda 7-chi o'yini deb hisoblanadi.
Sandstorm, I think we need to talk about something that's going to be very, very important in the coming matches. Is today we know what our Smash Zone point threshold is going to be.
Biz hozir turnirda shu bugungi turnirlar ko'ramiz, ham kim ko'proq ochko yig'ishini ko'rib o'tamiz sizlar bilan deyapti. Smashni tushuntirib o'tishmoqda.
Thanks to PUBG Mobile, and I absolutely love that. We tried it once in PMGO. Give it a try. Okay, let's try and work on it a little bit. And this time we're testing it where this I want to say at the end of the second day in the 3-day final, we take points of first place. We add 30 to those points, and that will be the threshold that teams have to cross. And then you have to get a winner chicken dinner. So
Winner
let's say that
chicken
the
dinner.
threshold is 150 points. You are going into game 2 with 149. If you get one elimination, you have 150. You need the chicken dinner in the next game. You have to start a match over that threshold in order for it to count. That's one thing that you have to be very wary of. And the thing is, being the first team to cross that threshold isn't necessarily the best thing. Because then you're going to be the focal point of every single other squad. You're going to be the focus of every other squad because you win, tournament over. Regardless of how many points you have, as long as it's above the threshold, of course, compared to the other teams. Like maybe a threshold can be at like 100 points, Nep, and you can have like 5 or 6 squads that are at 160, 170. Just an example. The maths may not be mathing right now, but they could be at like 160, 170. But a team that has like 101 points gets a chicken dinner, and they're first place, and you and your 170 are actually second place.
And this is why it's going to be so interesting, especially with this lobby. What we saw from them yesterday, right, where you have 58, 47, 46, 44, 42, 42, 40. That's down to 7th place. All those points are individual teams in the top 7. I don't think we're going to see a difference in that, right? I don't think any one of those teams is going to have a bad day today. It's going to be something where we're going to see that just the numbers get bigger, but the gaps not get bigger. They're going to stay the exact same. So when you're talking about a match point or a point threshold system, a smash zone, you're looking at the top 7 all getting to the smash zone very quickly, and then tomorrow we have absolute chaos because anybody could win. If all 7 of those teams are as close as they're gonna be, then any one of those teams get a win, the day ends. It's very intense tomorrow. So I'm going to be interested to see how these teams actually have strategized today and how they've decided how today's going to go to affect tomorrow.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about the leaderboard as it stands right now is, you know, like you mentioned, just how close the teams are. One game changes everything in the entire leaderboard. You can have 9th go up to 2nd, 2nd go down to 6th. It's absolutely insane just because of how close they are. And this is one thing that I would advise the teams, as much as you can today, try and stay close to that first place spot.
O'yinimiz Sanuk kartasi boshlandi. O'chir ovozingni bo'ldi. Boshim ortib ordingni.
Then you're going to be 60 points away from that
Birinchi karta
threshold
Sanuk
of
o'yinlari
winning
boshladi.
the
TT'lar
tournament.
hamma o'zini
No more talk
spotlariga
about
yo'l
leaderboards
olmoqdalar.
and statistics
Ko'ryapsizlar,
and whatnot. We don't
razlyotimiz
want that anymore.
esa
What we want
Ruins
is
tarafdan
action.
KO tarafgacha
That
3
means
bo'lmoqda.
game number 1 is
Hamma
underway.
spotiga
Match
ketmoqda.
number 7
Ko'ryapsizlar
of the
razlyotkani.
21,
Ajoyib
potentially
Team
21
Spirit
games
jamoasi
of the
o'zlarini
Pubg
spotlariga
Hong Kong
ketishdi.
Invitational.
Ketishmoqda.
And
Va bu
this playing path is a little bit more northern for
DRX
my liking, but
DRX
yesterday's game
jamoasi
we did
kartamizni
have a
pastki qismiga
zone
ketmoqdalar.
favoring Camp Alpha and I believe the southern island as well. What's the situation going to be today, and who's going to be the one to come out with a little bit of an advantage in a game numero uno? I know that the language of the
Team Spirit jamoasi
stream is
boot
English, but
campni
we have like I have
boot
like
qilishni
just a few
tanladi va
words.
ular
Let's
tachkalar bilan
get into it.
hozir
Multilingual,
o'zlarini
it's fine.
ta'minlashdi.
Yeah, that-
Tachkalar va VD
When
jamoalari ham
when you
tachkalarni
know two
oldi.
languages, but
O'zlariga
you're
kerakli
horrible
joyga
in both of
tarqalishdi.
them.
Hamma
Mood.
hamma o'z spotlari bilan
Mood, absolute
hamma o'z
mood.
spotlariga
Listen to the French.
borishdi.
It's just impossible.
Yeah, but
Juda
you know
ajoyib.
multiple languages.
Hozir-
Like you know English, French. You know what, at least one more, no?
I
Spanish?
do not
Hozir menimcha
know
fight
anything
ko'rmaslik kerak, chunki
fluently.
hamma o'zini spotida
Yeah.
I'm hoping
hech
hold
qanday
on. I'm hoping
fight
you know
bo'lmasligi
English
mumkin,
fluently
lekin Team
because
Spirit
otherwise,
jamoasidan
why are you
Yeah.
here?
I know
bir
English
kishi fightga
fluently. Yeah, that's the
aralashmoqda.
only language I know fluently. Like French, I'm
Birinchi o'rinda
semi-proficient. Let's just put it
VBG
there. Like semi-proficient in
BBG
French.
jamoasi
Don't you
And then-
live in
58
France?
I
ps
do.
o'z nomlariga
I do.
yozdirib qo'yishgan.
Honestly, that's all I wanted to point out.
Xitoy
Boys and
jamoasi.
girls, game number 1. It's gonna be very
Yaqqol
chill,
ustuvor,
sad,
unga
because
ikkinchi
at least
o'rinda
the teams now know where they're dropping.
LG
At least they know
47
what's going
ps
on.
bilan
They
BTR
tested the
46
waters a little
ps bilan
bit
oralarida
in our
uncha
first game of
raznica
the day.
yo'q.
But I do
Bemalol
have to
fight
say,
qilib
I
eplasa
bet the
bo'ladi deganlar.
PL crowd right now is absolutely loving it. Having two
Bemalol
of their
maksimalni
three
harakat qilsa
representatives
bo'ladi.
in top 2 spots, that's gonna feel amazing for them. Thunder Talk and Tiamba, they have a little bit to make up for, and here's the thing, Tiamba was able to recover a lot, I want to say specifically in the final days. Can they do it again?
It's entirely possible. I think we always see from Tiamba, like I know this is a slightly different roster of Tiamba than we're used to seeing, but typically as a roster, Tiamba tends to be very slow in the first few days, especially when it comes to those globals, and then they really turn up the heat in the last day. So yes, it's a slightly different roster.
That's a problem, no?
The smash rule is the problem. That is true. That is going to change things. But like as a team, I'm not unused to seeing Tiamba this far down and then being top 5 at the end of a day 2 sort of thing. The smash rule poses a little bit of a problem because now they don't really have that time to work on things or to just kind of evolve in their own time. So they really do have to pick it up. Again, today when you have a smash rule, it ends up actually kind of being a 2-day final in order to meet that threshold for the 3rd day of finals. So for Tiamba, for CD Alliance, and for even Voindonkey, I think if you're under 20 points right now, I think it is going to be a really tough day for you.
It really is, because if your hopes is always to get top 5 by the end of the tournament, I mean, sure, that strategy is going to work, but with the smash rule, you definitely have to change that up a little bit. And now, one of the teams that
hozir o'zi fight ko'rishimiz mumkin. LGG jamoasi bilan Alpha Gaming jamoasi hozir ajoyib fight bo'lishi mumkin. Alpha Gaming jamoasidan LGG Tian ijod xayish qiladi, grej qiladi, bagi o'tiradi Alpha Gaming jamoasi va orqa-orqa eshitgan bu Alpha Gaming orqa-orqasiga beradi va bu LGG da info bo'lmagani sababli unga xayi otgani, bu xayisi bekorga ketdi. Alpha Gaming jamoasi orqaroqqa o'tib oldi. Bularga hozir kerak emas. Bular hozir 9-o'rinda 36 PTS bilan turibdi. Juda ajoyib.
But looks like they're going to try to do it again, just maybe from a different angle. Let's wait and see. As we hop on over to the team that surprised us yesterday, honestly, Kino Trope. Incredible start in day 1. They may be in 6th with 42 points, but I am watching them for today.
Yep. Yeah, I am too. I mean, let's be real. 42, they're 5 points behind second place here. They are less than 10 points. No, they're just over 10 points. 15 points behind first place. That's how close this lobby is, right? 6th place is 15 points behind first. Generally, I'm used to seeing first kind of have like a 30-point lead. That is not the case here. So KN, A7, Team Spirit, APG, if you're above 30 points, you have very, very, I won't say easy, but it's not a hard gap to overcome in the next couple of matches. If you have a really good game, WBG could be, starting to be a little bit more concerned.
Yeah, that they are. And here we have BTR. NEP, and specifically we have Federals, who I believe had 3,000 damage in yesterday's games,
like
along
that,
with 18 eliminations throughout day number 1. He did quite a lot. Like, his impact is insane for his squad, and the fact that they're holding on to the 3rd spot right now, incredible for BTR. I mentioned this before we started our first day of the competition. I miss seeing BTR, I want to say, on top of the world on some level from the very early stages of PUBG Mobile competitions. So now seeing them in a competition like this, in a tournament like this, after day number 1, showing a lot of consistency and battling it out with some of the best in the world.
Direksin ajoyib spreylar. Ular hozir ajoyib buska bilan hozir Tonnini tushirib qo'ymoqda. Ajoyib. Oh no, do'rardi joyda birinchi kill, birinchi qon. Birinchi qon Suxa tomonidan Dirixi Suxay. Ajoyib.
I'm gonna say this. Guess who was first blood in yesterday's
game? VPY jamoasi bitta yo'qotishlar bilan 3 ta odam o'zlari ikkita qolishgan. Hozir bular nima topishar ekan tushunmaydi, vavlamay qoldi.
So 2 for 2. That's got to be some sort of record, right?
hozir nimani o'ylab topishyapti va
Should
bular
we have
skip
a-
berishdi
Not a record, not a
afzal
record,
ko'rishdi
not a
chunki
No, but like
bularda
we should definitely have a
hozir
trophy for like,
yaxshi.
we have MVP and all of that.
Hozir
No one
kartamizni
cares about
ko'ryapsizlar.
that. We should have
Team Spirit
a
jamoalari
team
sekin asta
or a player who
Paynenga
gets,
kelishmoqda. Ajoyib splitlar
Silliest
bilan
death, I feel,
ikkita
would
ikkita
be a
o'ynab
good
duo
that would be awesome.
va
I
yo'lda
would
nari
love to have
chekkasida
a
esa
Silliest Death
ikki
one.
jamoasi
That'd be so
kutib
much fun.
olmoqda.
Silliest death
Bootcampga
award
esa
and get the
BTR jamoasi
silliest elimination.
bostirib
Yeah,
kelmoqda.
elimination from the game, I would say. Silliest elimination
Hozir
from the game,
APGdan
I feel like that would be
info
an
bor
amazing award.
ekandir
Because here's the thing,
soyizda.
imagine you have like a
Ajoyib
I would say
piklar
teammate
hozir ajoyib
dating
fight,
his own,
ajoyib
uh,
zajimlar
player.
ko'ramizmi?
That happens
Dok.
a lot.
Qani
Those-
Dokni
those
bir
kinds of
mahoratini
mistakes
ko'raylik. Alpha Gaming
happen.
jamoasi
Or
Dok.
you mistime the heal when you're outside in the blue
Yo'q,
zone and you get
chiqmayapti.
knocked and the rest of the team is too
Pik
far away.
qilmayapti va
Vehicle explosions or spinning out or something.
Bitta
is always
ko'raylik,
a
Doc.
favorite. That's
Bitta
Car
Dok.
flipping and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you get shot while the car's flipping and you're dead. Yeah, there's a lot of them, and we'll have another opportunity to go through them. But right now, I kind of want to focus on APG, right?
Yes.
We were talking about them taking a fight on
Yeah,
this
on the focus.
particular
Oh,
hill.
bu yerda
LGD
ajoyib
decided
fightlar.
to go away and take a
LGD
fight to Reject,
LGD
actually.
fight
So we're gonna
bilan
focus on
voy
that right now.
ajoyib
They lost the
noklar.
first knock, followed by the second
LGD.
instantly. That means that Reject are
Hozir
in a
LGD
2v2
RC'da hozir
situation.
ikkita nok bor. Bu yerda Team Spirit qo'shilishi mumkin.
Or
Ajoyib
rather-
killlar farmit
not
qilishi
really,
mumkin.
because we are
Va
seeing that
RC
Team
bo'lsa
Spirit
kill
as well
LGD
are waiting
dabit
in the wings.
qilmoqda, o'zinikini
Reject not
ko'tarish
happy
kerak.
about the fact that they had to
Hozir nima
secure
o'ylab topadi? Hozir dimlar
and
bilan
try to see if they can get their revives
ko'tarmoqda
before a full
va
push
bu
comes their
yerda
way.
hozir
LGD
LGD
needs to
haydashqanlarni great qilib haydashqanlarni
Nothing
qilyapti,
from
lekin bu
that
yerda
fight unless that
Apollo
Nate does something
yo'l
right
qo'ymayapti. Apollo
Not sure it
молодец
will.
Apollo. Hozir LGDda ikkita
Reject
yo'qotish
should be able
bor.
to reset, I believe. And the thing is, Team Spirit will be able to hold the push from either side from that high ground too.
Team Spirit high grounddan kelishi mumkin demoqda.
This is a
Hozir
very interesting fight and
VP
one that they have to really do quickly because now you're starting to
VP
see yeah,
jamoasi
vampires
hozircha
moving in.
bitta
You got
yo'qotish.
teams on the other side going
Va
donkey as well.
hozir
Trifecta is going to be a very heavily
RK,
contested
LGD,
area, so
VPA
they really need to
kelishdi.
finish up this
Hozir
fight very, very quickly. You can see
Team Spirit
at the
effect
top there,
Team
really
Spirit
nice
jamoasi
little
effektga hozir
spray. Oh my
ajoyib
goodness,
nokni
sweats. There we go. We saw him do
ajoyib
it
nok
yesterday.
berildi.
Doing some more today. Really
VP
nice little spray coming in there
jamosidan.
onto effect. And now Rejects kind of just have to wait because it's gotten a little bit too hot to handle. Reiji has 2 elims on the board. They want to just keep it that way. They don't want to have any more points, any more risks taken here. Tian, though, will go low. So LGD not really waiting around for anything, just trying to get that maneuverability on their side. But at this point, I think Rejects have to just kind of back off here, just wait their turn. Their
Hozircha
turn was here, and the turn has left. It's now somebody else's turn, and
LGD jamoasi
LGD now just
ikkinchi
gotta
o'rinda
kind of
kelib turib va ularda
put on the back foot a little bit. I mean, what do you do here? I
ikkita
think you
yo'qotish
kinda just
bor
wait it out,
LGD
right?
You just
jamoasida
have to hold because you're,
va
you're still in the
VPAda
center of the
hozircha
zone up
kill
until you
yo'q,
find out when,
bitta
well,
yo'qotishlar
which of
bor.
the areas of Trifecta is going to have the majority of the zone, and then you make your move. But the fact that they lost 2 players just means that
Tianda
they are open
jamoasi
to a push specifically by Team Spirit because Spirit was able to see the fight unravel the whole time.
Soyiz
So they
tushunda,
have the
Soyiz
information.
bildi.
And obviously so does Reject.
Va,
So if the zone
bizga
shifts
chatda
over to the side
ko'rsatilmoqda
where
noklar.
LGD is, Reject, no,
Ajoyib.
guys, it's a 4v2, quick push, get the knocks, get the elims, we're gonna have the compound that may get us the game.
Yep.
That's what,
Bizga
and I think that's
kartamiz
what LGD's plan
ko'rilmoqda.
was when they gave up the high ground
Hozircha
that APG held towards the southern side. They wanted to hold on to that area.
hozircha zona bootcamp
And now you can
taraflama
see
bo'lmoqda
that's
va bu
exactly what seems to be the
BTR,
situation on the side of
ya'ni bu
LGD.
Team
Obviously, it may not
Spirit
be
chiqib ketgan
center
joyga
zone,
BTR
but they
yaqqol
are in a position
bosib
LGD
kelmoqda
are
va
in a
bosib
position to
keldi.
gatekeep
Ular
the likes
pustoy
of Reject,
Yes.
and I believe we also
pozitsiyaga
have
kelib
one more other team
o'rnashib
that's on the
endi
northern
hozir
side
anchasini
of
qiynab
Trifecta.
qo'yishi
So
mumkin.
there's 2 squads there that are going to
Team
be in
Spirit
danger.
bo'lsa, Team Spirit
So you
jamoasi
have
bo'lsa,
Rejects
uni
and you have,
tog'ida
Vampires over
ajoyib
on that side.
splitlar
Vampires trying
bilan
to use
hozircha
the bridge to
turishdi
go
va
kind of
hozir
north and around, right, rather than through boot camp. There's Voin Donkey over there. So
Inif
actually, Voin Donkey, they're not going to have
jamoasi
zone for much longer, but they do have a really nice opportunity to get some
ko'rsatilmoqda.
extra points on the board. They do have to be careful of Thunder Talk though, they're still over on the Camp Alpha Island on that
Va
northern island.
bootcampga bostirib
Big
kelgan.
spread, but I'm not sure where they're going to decide to move in. They could come into ruins.
Bootcampga
They could
VPG
come in behind Void Donkey. So that's something
VPG
to consider.
jamoasi bostirib kelmoqda va
Yeah,
hozir
rotation from the northern
ajoyib
side
closely
might be
fightlar ko'ramiz, lekin bu
very
yerda
helpful for
Team
some of the teams.
Spirit jamoasi kill
Because we're gonna be
farming
seeing a
qilishi
lot of
mumkin,
teams now
chunki
try to focus on
tog'dan
getting
va
to the likes of
Kitsunidan
Bootcamp or even
ajoyib
the
nok.
high ground
LGG
nest. We can
jamoasiga
see LGD
Kitsunidan
in the
o'ta
distance
go'zal
also
noklarni
getting to
ko'rib
the
turibmiz.
Hold on.
Biz
Did
hozir
LGD
qani
make
nima qila
another
olarkan,
move where they
bemalol
advanced?
ko'tarib olyapti Din
Oh
bilan.
my god,
How did they get
LGD
here?
with their
Eplasa bular
rotations.
hozir rotatsiyalar. Kak deyapti,
You're
nimaga
telling
bunday
me
deyapti
from the
bular.
second that we switched over
Va
from
BTR jamoasi hayishqalarini great qilmoqda va infosi yo'q ekan.
so these two duo from
Ozgina joy
LGD were
jonlarini
able to
oldi.
leave the situation where it was them, Vampire, and
LGD da
Reject
hozir
after losing two members.
duo qolib
Make a
ketmoqda,
rotation
chunki ularda
to
ikkita
the
yo'qotish
center
bor
of the zone as a
va
duo,
ular
where
esa
there's
ikkinchi
already
o'rinda
two squads inside of bootcamp and God knows how many on the outskirts of it.
47 PTS
How did LGD make
total
it into
points
this
bilan
round is absolutely
ikkinchi
beyond
o'rinda
me, but
turmoqda.
fantastic play from them to be able to
Ko'rib
reach this
turganingizdek,
position.
o'ng
That
tarafda
means
Primaya
that now they don't have
tablitsi,
to gatekeep. They
ya'ni
were at a
jonli
numbers disadvantage if they tried to
ranking
do that.
nima deydi?
So they're just playing for placement.
Jonli
because they don't
rezultatlar
wanna lose
ko'rib
that
turishlari
number two spot.
mumkin.
They don't want to lose all the hard work that they put
Hozir
in the
A7lar
first day of the
Infoga
competition.
ajoyib
And I
nok berib,
absolutely
bularda
love
ajoyib
that
fightlar
result.
ko'rishimiz mumkin.
I can see
A7
why
low
Max
ajoyib
was
noklarda
at
ayotib
earlier on, but we'll go back to that
SK2da va
later on.
Saygada
As we
ajoyib
see
nok berib
influence
dabit
range
chiqilmoqda.
up against
Hozir
Alpha 7, the
hozir
Brazilians.
Lowga nok berilmoqda. DRX jamoasi bu yerda qo'shilib kelmoqda. Bu yerda nima qilish mumkin? DRX u qayerda? Hozir
Yeah,
3
it was. The
fight bo'lishi
DRX
mumkin,
are
lekin ular
actually-
o'zlarini ko'tarishmoqda.
wait,
To'rga to'r
where were
ajoyib
they?
fight ko'rishimiz mumkin.
They've had a late rotation
Va
from the south side over
ajoyib
by
fight
ruins, so
ko'ramiz
they've come
degan
up right
umiddaman.
behind both the Brazilian teams,
Oh,
and
Lil
this is the
Boy
third party
juda
that
ham
they're looking
ko'tsini
for
holatda
here.
turibdi
But actually,
va
Influence
hozir
Rage
cover'i
still up as a full squad.
Kunbin nok
is
berishi
dangerous.
mumkin va ajoyib noklar. Va streamimiz
Full squad.
negadir shunaqa bo'lib
This is
qoldi.
dangerous for DRX.
Okay, they managed to get the first one, but the question remains, will they actually go for push outside the
Noklar
zone?
berildi.
It would be best for you to take care of it now before you start losing more time. But
Ajoyib.
Lawrence manages to get a knock in their
Va
turret. It is now
DRX ga nok, ikkita noki bor DRX hozir.
lose two all of a sudden.
DRX Infoga
do you
nok
do?
bermoqda va DRX da hozir nima qilish oladi bu yerda ko'ramiz. Va Info ajoyib harakatlari bilan ko'tarilmoqda hozir. Info ko'tarmoqda sherigini va Hayeshga tushmadi. Afsus va DRX jamoasi lobbiga kuzatib qo'yilmoqda. Info jamoasi yopib yubormoqda. DRX jamoasini Info jamoasi kuzatib qo'ymoqda. Va bu yerda hozir Tiamba checking qilmoqda. Tiamba bildi, Tiamba infosi bor bularda. The slowest push, oddiy pushlardan so'ng Tiamba jamoasi hozir qo'shilishi mumkin. Yaqqol qo'shilaman deb kelgan bular. Bular fight uchun kelgan, bular qon uchun kelgan va kelib bitta o'zlariga ikkita nok yozmoqda. Info jamoasi 3-nokni ham berdi. Va bular 3ta va bu yerda yo'q formoqda. Info jamoasi nima qilmoqda? Info jamoasi kelgan 3ta stakni naqd uylariga jo'natib yubormoqda birinchi kartani. Ikkinchi kunda birinchi kartasida. Lekin hozir Info low igrok Sazona nok bo'lmoqda. Shunisi yomon.
Oh, hang on.
Ajoyib Info ikkinchi o'ringa ko'tarilmoqda 50 PTS bilan. Braziliyaning yaqqol jamoasi juda ham o'zi ajoyib o'yinlar bilan.
I mean, honestly, right now the fact that Diego is eliminated, not the worst thing. Combine those 8
Malades, bularga qoyili qolmay bo'lmaydi. O'zlarini hozir bu yerda Team Spirit jamoasi fight qiladi VD jamoasi bilan. Hozir Team Spiritda bitta nok bor. VD jamoasi full pozitsionniy o'yin qilmoqda. Hozir nimani ko'ramiz yeli? Effect.
So good. It was so sensational from them.
Kitsuniga qayerda nok bo'lmoqda hozir?
But now they gotta get
Kitsuni
into zone, but we move over to Void Donkey
Kitsuni
and Team
ko'tarilmoqda va
Spirit really controlling
Team Spirit control
sign on
qilmoqda.
to Team Spirit here to have one
Ko'ramiz.
up on the hillside, right, to make sure that Void Donkey can't use all the angles,
Ko'ra,
can't make
effect.
up onto
Effect
this
push
roof
qilaman
side here.
deyaptimi? Effect shoshilmaslik
where
kerak.
Team Spirit
Effect
Might have
hammasi
the
bitta
upper
joyda.
hand, they have to be
Hammasi bitta
careful.
joyda. Jin
Don't
nima
go
bu?
one by
Bular
one.
nima bular?
You've got them in a corner. Oh.
Va bu yerda Team Spirit jamoasi bosib kelmoqda. Effect xonachasiga bitta Hayeshka va 3 kishi nok bo'ladi. Hozir Effect nok bo'lishi mumkin, lekin sezdi. Malades. Team Spirit
Going
jamoasi
donkey, they have
bitta nok,
needs as well.
bitta nok,
There we go,
hozir
that's the
ikkita
first
ikkita
one.
nok.
DBS coming
Yo'q,
on
ikkita
in.
nok
That's
bo'lmadi
gonna
hali.
be not a second yet. The shots
Hozir
aren't
ko'ramiz.
hitting.
Ko'ramiz.
Where are the shots?
Juda ham bir
All of
tupik,
you.
tupikka kirib qolgan bular. Va bu yerda effekt nok bermoq va yopilib ketmoqda. BG jamoasi yopilib ketmoqda va bu yerda Team Spirit jamoasi o'zlariga va kulishlaringizdan Team Spirit jamoasi 4-ta killni o'z hisobiga chaq-chaq yozib qo'ymoqdalar. Hozir Team Spirit jamoasi zonani o'rtarog'ida harakatlanmoqda. Juda ajoyib fightlar ko'ryapmiz jigarlar bilan. Bu yerda bootcampda zona yo'q va bu yerda fight
I'm actually really
bo'lmoqda.
surprised that Team Spirit didn't go with any of the utilities to go into that room. They knew they were all in there. Nicely done. You do
Bu
see
yerda
Doc though in
A7
that
jamoasi
UMP
yopilib
taking out Assault.
7-o'rinda kelayotgan A7 jamoasi qiziq bir PTS bilan yopilib ketmoqda. Hozir BTS BBG spreylar ajoyib bermoqda. Sprey jonlar bilan BBG jamoasi keyin jamoasini juda ham ko'tsini holatga va o'zi buterbrod kirib qolgan holatda o'zi nima qila olar ekan bu ajoyib spreylar BTS sheriklarida va bu hozir ko'tarish kerak yo'q, sherigi emas ekan. Ularda hozir minuslar, yo'qotishlar yo'q. BTS jamoasi bootcampda ajoyib tarzda ushlab davom etdi va hozir nok berish mumkin va nok bera olmadi. Alpha Gaming jamoasi DK jamoasini o'zlarini lobbisiga jo'natib olishdi, ozgina dam olib turdik va keyingi jamoalar bilan fight qilmoqda. Alpha Gaming jamoasi KN jamoasi bilan fight bo'lmoqda. Birinchi o'rindagi VBG jamoasidan hozir Solnik harakatlanmoqda. APG good. Juda maqtayapti ana qizim APGni. Alpha Gaming jamoasi o'zlarini ajoyib o'yinlardan PMCLdan yaqqol o'yinlarni cho'tki qilib ko'rsatdi va bu yerda hozir KN jamoasi DBSda clutch amalga oshira olarmikan? Alpha Gaming jamoasiga Alyo, qiyin, menimcha juda o'ta ziyol risk qilib taktil moltman ustiga sakrasam sakrayman, mana shu bachani otaman degandek qilib u bachani uyga jo'natib yubordi. Effekt bu yerda Team Spirit TT'lar bilan fight qilmoqda va BTR uni kelini chopib olmoqda. VPG jamoasi hozir so'llik harakatlanmoqda va u faqat yashash kerak. Ularni jamoalarida faqat 3 ta dona kill bor xolos.
Now we set our sights onto reject as they are now trying to push up this hillside.
Alpha Gaming jamoasi keyin jamoasini ko'rib turmoqdamiz. Va Team Spirit jamoasi hozir RC jamoasiga qarshi va 2 ta nok va oxirgisi qoldi va Nomi. Oh my god. TC Team Spirit jamoasi RC jamoasini ham lobbiga kuzatib qo'ymoqda. TC jamoasi Team Spirit hozir yana bitta odam kelgan. Yana hozir ajoyib qaranglar turishini. O'q pik qilmoqda qani. Infosi bor. Team Spiritga bu kelish kerak xalqqa va nok bermoqda. Nomi effektga nok bermoqda va biter Nomi nok yopilib ketmoqda. Yo'q, yopilgani yo'q. Nok hozircha ikkita Team Spirit jamoasi ikkita nok bor. VBG bu yerda dabitga shoshildi. VBG dabit qilib oldi Alpha Gaming jamoasi, lekin Alpha ziyol va u uchun alqasos minal haq qilib dabit qilib yubordi. O'z Sonic qoldi-yu. Infa jamoasi 3-o'ringa tushib qolmoqda. BTR jamoasi 2-o'ringa yaqqol ko'tarilmoqda. Hozir top 3 ketmoqda va 10 ta odam qolgan. Team Spirit jamoasi BTR jamoasi, Team Spirit hamda Alpha Gaming jamoasi. Bu yerda hozir katta ustunvor bilan BTR jamoasi, chunki ular 4 kishi deb statistikamizda chiqarib berishgan. Alpha Gaming jamoasi BTR jamoasini hozir yopib yuborish kerak. Bu juda ham Team Spiritga foydasi bor. Ko'rgan bo'lsanglar BTR ajoyib kartalarga qo'linib olishgan.
Have that sneak factor. They're Belly's on the ground, just looking for those shots
Wow,
where they can find
ajoyib
him.
knock.
Sitar
Effektdan
could have
ajoyib
done good
knock.
work, but he does get taken on out by Kitsune. So that's going to be
Bo'lsa
their
bo'lsin,
second, his
dabiti
second
bilan bo'lsin
elimination
deganimda
on the
effekt
board
dabit
here, but
qilmoqda.
BTR
Alpha
could be in a world to hurt here actually. Yes, they have the zone, but
hozir
they don't have the
ajoyib
position in between two
BTRlar
teams that
yopilib
get picked apart left, right, and center. That's going to be
ketmoqda.
them almost gone down to
Hozir
just a
BTRlar
duo
katta
down
ehtimol
the
bilan
bottom.
yopil
Dunk
yo'q. Voy,
needs to
xato
get two.
Alpha
He
Gaming
doesn't
dog.
even get the
Alpha
one.
dog.
He will go down. That's going to be the end of his
BTRlar
duel
yo'q
as well.
bormoqda.
They're all gone.
Alpha
Federals
Gamingni BTRlar
not
yo'q bormoqda.
here to
Va
play.
bu
Effect is the
yerda
next, but down
Team
they'll go, and
Spirit
Team
jamoasi
Spirit, they're gonna
birinchi
be ones
o'rinda
to take
o'tirdi.
this
Yes,
chicken dinner
Team
home.
Spirit.
Sandhawk is theirs.
Winner, chicken dinner, Team Spirit winner.
Well, I don't know
Dinner,
about you,
jiyorlar.
but what a heck of a performance from Team Spirit.
Spirit.
Clinch that winner.
It's
winner
good
chicken
game
dinner.
for Team Spirit
They
in
had a
this
good position.
the
We were talking about
second
it
day
before,
on
a
this
little bit of high
tournament.
ground to the east
PUBG
of
Mobile Hong
Trifecta.
Kong
They were
tournament
able to
is
hold
Team
on to that.
Spirit.
zone
The
kept
first is
shifting towards the
VVCG.
likes of boot camp time and time again. They weren't overly aggressive. They picked their fights at the perfect timing.
Gap bo'lishi mumkin emas.
And in that situation, Team Spirit, APG, and BTR. BTR was sandwiched. Once again, the amount of times that if you're in the middle, in the last three squads of the game, you are most likely not going to win that game just based off the fact that both squads are going to be fighting you because it benefits both squads to be fighting you. They may be like, shooting a couple of shots towards each other, stuff like that, yeah. But their full focus is going to be the squad in the middle.
Yeah. It 100% is. Yeah, BTR, they thought, oh, we can get in here. I think they might have wanted Team Spirit and Thunder Talk to fight a little bit longer, give them a little bit more time to clear out APG, but it just so happened that that was not the case. They were just put upon at the same time, which is unfortunate for BTR, but I gotta say, Federalis, we saw some cool stuff. It wasn't nades, but he not only didn't get knocked, he got Doc and Zeol, I feel like, before he went out himself. So he really was trying. He put up those numbers, he did the damage, just unable to get those final wins, and I think Team Spirit were going to win either way, even if they had they did get rid of APG, so they did get rid of APG, but they were going to win. Team Spirit were going to win either way. They were just not in a good position there, and Team Spirit were able to kind of maneuver and set themselves up as they wanted to while they were busy. So big win from TS, but honestly, BTR and APG played that very well as well.
Yeah, they really did.
Jigarlar, mani вообще поддержка qilmayapsizlar, sizlardan xafaman. Odam ko'rmayapti, ikkita like, вообще aktivlaring tushib ketibdi jigarlar. Sizlar uchun harakat qilsam, sizlar men uchun harakat qilmasalar bo'lmaydi jigarlar. Streamimni o'chiraman jigarlar. Bekorga o'zimga o'zim gapirib o'tirgandan ko'ra qilmaganim yaxshi. Hatto 10 ta odam ko'rganda men xursand bo'lardim. Mayli, sog' bo'linglar, salomat bo'linglar.
In a game that I want to say like they had a good position and it felt like it was thrown by that slow rotation towards the mountainside. There was no smokes really. You didn't have a lot of cover to provide for yourself either. So it was just it wasn't the best situation for them to be put in. But the fact that they were able to come